Hello everyone, welcome to my Incredible Chess channel, and we are going to continue with our game recap of round number 3 from Najdorf Memorial 2024. As you know, I am playing this tournament in Warsaw Chess Festival in Poland, and in my third round I was paired against a young and talented player from Poland. His name was Krol. He is just 15 years old and his rating is 2064, and the game was full of up and down movements. I will say, like, I was scared at many occasions that I might just lose the game, but somehow today the destiny was not like that. I managed to draw the game somehow with a miraculous stalemate. So guys, do like the video and watch the video till the end to enjoy many ups and downs from this game. And I would like to say that do comment and subscribe to the channel also. If you are new here, I am trying to reach more people. Only you can help me to reach more people, because this is my humble attempt to share my experiences with you from the tournament right on the same day. So let's begin. Today's game, I was white, and I started with e4, and my opponent played c5. In this position I played knight of 3 d6, and here I was thinking to play the main line also with d4, but I thought, like, let's play something which I have not played since long time. So I went for bishop to b5. That is Moscow variation. Bishop d7 was played by him, and again in this position I had played one game in which I captured, and that is something normal happened like this. But today I wanted to play something different, so I played c4 in this position, and well, of course black can capture here, but then the knight will not be having that many squares. c6 square will be gone, so he played the correct move, I guess. So here in this position, knight to c6, just developing the piece. I also developed my piece. The problem with c4 is that I will not be able to exchange my opponent's light square bishop, and at some point I need to exchange the knight on c6, so it will be difficult for me to get d4 move. And he played knight of 6. I castle in the position, and now he played a6, challenging my bishop. So here I captured, and I could have played d4. I was thinking about it, but I was not feeling that much confident about knight capture c4. What to do after that? Means, okay, maybe I can give up the pawn and play rook e1, and it will be interesting, but I was not feeling that confident to go for that line. So I thought, like, let's support the pawn with rook e1 first, and then if we get the chance we'll play d4. But my opponent clearly shut down my idea of with e5 move. Now I don't have that idea of playing e5, so I just moved my pawn to d3 square. Then he played bishop e7. I said, like, okay, I need to play b4, so I played a3 with the idea of playing b4. He immediately played b5, then I played b4, and then c captures b4, a captures b4 happen on the board, and castle. Here I got a little bit impatient, you can say, in the position. I should have maybe developed my bishop to some good square, maybe on g5, or maybe just played the waiting move like h3. But instead of waiting like this, I went for the direct move, which according to me was not a good choice. I played knight d5, which was not that great choice by me. He captured on c4. I also captured back, and now he captured with the bishop here. Here I spent a lot of time, like, I was thinking what to do exactly in this position. I was kind of regretting my decision of playing knight d5 already here in this position, and I thought about ed5, and then he might play queen c7, I thought, and then I will play queen to b3. He will again attack, and I thought about knight d2 also. Okay, means initially I was not considering knight d2. I was kind of scared that I will be losing the pawn, but then after knight d2 I was not getting exactly like how I should be proceeding forward. I thought, like, maybe he'll play knight d7 in this position. I will play bishop to a3, and the game is still interesting. And if I get the chance to play rook a7 c5, I will be getting, but somehow I got scared or something, and I said, like, no, I cannot do that. I cannot put my pawns hanging like this. And instead of capturing with the e pawn, I made a stupid decision here in this position, capturing with the c pawn. And after this he got such a beautiful position, because now I don't have any attack. Means I thought, like, a6 will be a weakness, but my b4 pawn is also a weakness. He attacked it immediately with queen b8. I supported with bishop d2, and now I am kind of passive. I'm not having. He has also the idea of getting the bishop over there on this side. He played rook to c8, and now I was thinking a lot in this position. I was not getting what to do exactly. So finally I said like, okay, let's play queen e2, put some pressure over here, queen to b5. Well, I was thinking of exchanging immediately, but then I thought like backline checkmate problems are there at some point, and rook c4 is also going to come. So I said like, okay, let me play h3, get some space. He played a good move, bishop d8. He was playing exceptionally well. He was getting the pieces one after another, and he was playing very systematically, I'll say. And here the move which I should have played was bishop g5. Means I went for bishop g5, but only after the exchanges. I think I was not forced to exchange the pieces in this position. In the game I played queen d5, b5, rook captures a8, and then I played bishop g5, which according to me was not really necessary. And he got the edge in this position, because now the idea of rook a4 is there, and the pawn on b4 is a weakness, e4 is also a weakness. I thought like, let's get the file here, rook's file. He attacked my pawn, and I realized that if I want to save my pawn, I have to play the passive move like rook b1 and save my pawn. But in that case also, I was thinking that he will play bishop d8, bishop b6, and he might play rook a2, putting some pressure here. And if I try to stop it, he always have g6 followed by f5, and then the king is coming in the game. And I was kind of confused, like how I should be proceeding and how I will be defending in the position. It looked like a very passive position for me without any play. So I said like, no, I cannot really play that much passive. I should try my luck. So I thought like, okay, d6 pawn I am getting for sure. So I gave a check on c8, which was not that great, because king was kind of safe and it was always coming in the game very fast. Means in the end game it helped him. Instead of that, I could have played rook c6 directly. If he captures, and then I play rook to b6 in this position. In future you will see like the king was coming like this, means it came in the game like that, and it helped my opponent. But from g8 it is not coming. So maybe this was the best choice from my side, I can say. If he plays b4 in this case, I can play d6. If he play rook c4, then I can bring the king faster here. And even if he plays e4, I have rook d2. If he supports, my king is coming very quickly in the game. Okay, I know like my pawn might be lost, but this position is much more defendable because my king is safe. I can play f3 also, attack this. So the game will be interesting. If he plays g4, I have if he plays f5, I have g4. I will try to undermine the pawn structure here, and it's an interesting position, much more holdable than what I did in the game. His king was very active, so maybe it was not necessary for me to give the check, but I played rook c8 check in the position. He played king h7, and now I played the same thing, like I went to the same position, but the only difference in this position was like king is coming very fast, and he played rook b for a good move. He was playing one after another good moves. So I said like, okay, I should push the pawn. That's the only counterplay I have in this position. And now he played e4. Now I was in deep trouble. I understood that thing. Knight d2 I played, and he played rook d4. That was kind of a mistake from his side. I was really scared about bishop to d4, and this pawn is under attack, the rook is under attack, and I cannot play d7 also. And if we play rook b8, then e3 is coming, and if I capture, of course I am losing the piece over here. And he can stop the pawn with bishop g5, and he'll be having two extra pawns on the board. So that was clearly winning position, you can say, for him. I can't really do anything. 2 pawns down, I am just lost. But fortunately he did not go for that thing. I played he played rook d4, and again I made an inaccurate move. I was thinking about knight f1 in the position. Okay, it was not like I was not thinking, and then knight will be coming on e3. So but I thought like maybe it will not be that great. So but this was actually the best choice. Like I should have played this thing. He might move the pawns forward, then I can bring the king in the game with king f1, king g3, g6 will be played, king will be coming to e2 square, and so on. Bishop e5 will be played. The pawn will be lost, but I will be getting this pawn, and 4 versus 3, knight and rook against bishop and rook is there. And when the pawns are on the same side of the board, I think it is a defendable position. It is not completely lost. Of course, black has extra pawn. Black will be the only one who will be pressing for the win, and I need to play very defensive chess. But this was actually the best choice which I had, where my king was coming in the game very fast. but the move which I played in the game, king b3, knight b3, did not allow me to bring the king. Now my king is shut down on the h file here. I cannot come in the game very soon. That was the main drawback. And now he gave me a check. He got the pawn. Means okay, 4 versus 3 is still there on the board, but it is kind of difficult. Now he kind of made a mistake. Maybe he should have tried for e3 move. That was his best choice, because if he gets e3, then g3 pawn will be a weakness. In order to get e3 move, he should have played rook d3 followed by e3. That was the best choice, because like I'll just show you, if we place this thing, g3 pawn is a weakness. If I push the pawn, then he can give me a check. I cannot save this pawn, and just 2 pawns down and the position will be lost very soon. So that was again a good move, but he played rook to b1, although he was having a lot of time on the clock. Okay, he was having almost more than 30 minutes, you can say, and I was down to very less time. And then I realized that maybe I can go for the knight and bishop endgame, where his bishop is there and the pawn is this color is there. So if I manage to exchange all the pawns and then I sacrifice my knight for one of the pawns, then even if he is left with one pawn on the h file and the bishop, the game will be drawn. So that was my hope. So I played knight d4, offering him the exchange of the rooks. He immediately captured it here and played bishop e5. Now I realized like I have a serious chance in the position. So king g2 was played, f5, and then I said like, okay, I should exchange the pawn. So I played f3 and king g6. This was the thing which I was telling, like the king came in the game very fast, and I played king f2, a waiting move, and he played a king g5. That move actually surprised me a lot, because he is allowing me to play this thing, but I said like I cannot really afford to go for this thing, because knight against 3 passed pawns is terrible idea. Means if I make one small mistake, his pawn will just queen and he will win the game. So I did not go for that thing. I said like, okay, I'll play some simple chess. Here apparently I should have waited with king g2, means king f2, king g2. I should just wait and see what he is going to do. But instead of waiting, you know, human nature is to always do something in the position. So I captured the pawn on e4. He also captured, and then I played king e3, which was actually a mistake. Here I should have brought my knight in the game, like knight a3, knight c4 should be played. Maybe he'll play bishop d4 check, and I can play king e2. Means okay, black is better. Okay, I'm not saying like black is not better. Black is definitely better in this position, and probably will be having great winning chances. But I should have done it. It would have made the game much more longer, but I was playing for the trick. I told you this is the endgame I was playing for. So I played king e3. I thought like if I exchange the pawns and everything, it might give me some chances. So I played this move. He captured here. Everything is going good. He is still better. He found the best move in this position. He spent a lot of time and he found the best move in the position, bishop to e1. That was the only move which was actually better for him. The point is, if I move the knight here, then he will save the pawn with this thing, and if I play king g6, then he has king g4 and the pawn will be moving forward. I cannot really capture the g7 pawn. He is just going to win the game. And if I play king g6, I thought like I'm still drawing the game, but there was a beautiful variation which he also did not understand and I also did not understand. I was quite confident that I'm just drawing the game now, because I saw this check and he cannot really stop the checks in the position. Means okay, if he stops the check, which happened in the game, I went for something I'm going to show you. But here one dramatic variation was there, that after knight e3 check, he should have played king f4. And in the game I thought like I'll just get the bishop, but that is not going to help me, because after this suddenly my knight is not coming in the game and he's just going to push the pawn to queen. And that was the crazy variation which he and me, both of us, missed. And he's just going to, now also this king f2 is important, because knight should not be coming from any of the sides, because if I push the pawn, then knight e3 will be leading to a draw, because if I push the pawn, then knight f1 check and the pawn will be lost because of the fork. And if I try to play here, then this is what I already mentioned in one of my reels also, that if the knight can move in this quadrilateral, then it is a very simple draw. You can keep attacking the knight, but then game will be drawn, because you cannot really make the progress. So but if you stop that action in happening in this position, if you just play king f2 instead of pushing the pawn, now it is lost. Like the pawn is just going to queen on the board, and he was actually winning the game by this beautiful idea of playing king f4 followed by king g3, sacrificing the bishop in the position. But he did not realize that thing, and I like I gave knight f5, means like in this position when he attacked my knight, I played knight f5, he played king f4, thinking that in this position if I play knight into g7 then h4 is just winning. But I was kind of lucky in this position that I got the chance to play king into h5. And now no matter what you do, if you play g5, I'll simply put my knight to h6 square, and I'll play knight g4, knight h6, or I can play my king also. As long as I stop the pawn from moving forward, I will just draw the game. And if you capture the knight on f5, then that's how the game actually ended also. My opponent was very frustrated after this, that the game ended in a stalemate, but it was beautiful. Like, he has one bishop and a pawn, and my king is in the corner on the h file, and it is a nice checkmating, stalemating idea. So very crazy game, I will say. I was saved by some magic, you can say. Otherwise I was in a very difficult position. So I hope that you are enjoying the analysis and everything, and do like, share and subscribe to my channel. We'll be meeting very soon in the next video. I hope that next game I will play better. Okay, thank you, bye bye.